Hey guys, I'm back with another video and I have an exciting spring bake shop candle haul. I have a few of the bake shop candles here with me that I was able to locate. Thank you so much to the person who gave me a heads up as to the spring candles coming in. So I do have a few of those at the beginning of the video, and then we have the super juicy package here as well from a friend. No, this is not a PR package, but from a dear friend. Remember I was saying during Candle Day that a friend who works at a store was kind enough to hold and gift some of the candles that were used to replenish after Candle Day that got sold out a lot of places, like the Roaring 20s kind of collection that I haven't smelled. They were able to hold those for me, and I finally saw them at that store. So I'm gonna open up and smell those candles here in the second part of the video, and we'll get right into it. So yeah, obviously, finally, spring candles, like the bake shop stuff, has been like blowing up on the internet, and at the same time, a few of them were in my store. So we have some of them, and the first one we have is the Wildberry Jam Donut right here. There's like a metallic holographic little cutout, not cutout, but a label, but it's really just one part of this label with the pattern there. It is a matte colored jar, which I was really hoping they would do the matte colored with the label one of these days, and they finally did. Super juicy metallic lid that I really enjoy. It seems like really high quality. Like Joe Malone did lids like this once on their candles, and I love them, and so like it's so fun to see them on here. So really fun, juicy, enticing packaging there. This one is Sweet Wildberry Jam, Powdered Donut, and Brown Sugar Crumble. So of course there's a Raspberry Jam Donut body care that's supposed to be coming out in the Bake Shop collection. And we saw a few of those Bake Shop body care and hand soaps, and we're like, when are the candles going to follow suit? And of course there's this collection. I believe Life Inside the Page Daily Finds posted the entire collection on her Instagram. And these are called the Good Day Cafe Color Decor, and there is pink, lilac, and vanilla is coming back. I'm like, oh my god, yes. So now I don't have to track down any of them and like go around to like 20 different stores to find them during SAS if they even have any left over. If you don't know, pink, lilac, and vanilla was #1 on my top 10 best of 2020, and I guess it was good enough and popular enough to make it again. So we are indeed having pink, lilac, and vanilla in this collection, the same juicy packaging, so I'm really excited about that. There's a pineapple pancakes, which that seems exciting. I don't know if it'll be like passion fruit vanilla cupcake or a pineapple crumb cake, was it? Yeah, one of those. I don't know if it'll be a repackage, but we will see. There's also pink apple punch, which is a boring snooze fest. There's also a bubbly rosé. I believe Sense Galore had the notes on that. That's pink sparkling rosé, sweet blood orange splash of cranberry juice. That really could be any of those Dime Medicine drink fragrances they always do, that I'm not too excited about that. Like, rosé is not rose, it's a drink. So that's why I'm like, it could be like cranberry pear Bellini or snowy peach berry for all we know. So we'll see what that actually is. There is a whipped coffee as well, and I think she also had the notes on that, and that reads shot of espresso, whipped sweet cream, and sugar crystals. That sounds like it could be potentially a sweet tiramisu repackage, which was also the same as the pumpkin spice latte apparently, which isn't really a coffee scent. It's more like a cream scent with a little bit of a, I don't know, dark, slightly fake coffee note to it. That'll be interesting to see whether or not that's a repackage or something new. So there's that as well. Hopefully it's not just Paris Cafe, because that would just be boring too. And then the last one in that collection is Wildberry Jam Donut, which I have right here. Yeah, so I think I already read the notes on this. There is a like a jam donut fragrance oil out there that I've used in wax melts before, and I was like, I'm gonna be interested to see how this compares to that, because that fragrance oil was excellent. Oh my god, you could get like the fried dono in there with the raspberry jam filling, and then the sprinkling of powdered sugar on top. It was excellent. It smelled like, and it was so strong too, it just like filled my entire house with like raspberry jam donut amazingness. It was excellent. So I was like, I wouldn't mind seeing what a BBW take on that would be. And yeah, it's very similar. It's kind of light on cold. You get that same kind of like raspberry berry jam note that is similar to the raspberry berry jam note that's in PB&J. And then you get a slightly bready donut fragrance. Kind of similar to cinnamon sugar donut, but nowhere near as greasy or sweet. It also doesn't have the cinnamon that cinnamon sugar donut has, so it's not quite like that. but a similar type of bready note that you get there. It does smell like a jam donut. It's just quite light on cold, so we'll have to see how it translates. It does have the white wax with the core wicks, as you can see there. Comparing it to the infamous controversial PB&J right here, which was fresh strawberry jam, toasted breaded crunchy peanut butter, and drizzle of honey. Yeah, this is so delicious. This has more of that cozy honey nutty component to it. It's supposed to come from the peanut butter mixed with that like warm honey drizzle fragrance. It's more nutty and just more toasty and warm and cozy. A little bit more complex than the Wildberry Jam Donut is, but kind of similar in the way that you get a berry plus jam note. But obviously, if you stripped away the honey and the peanut butter, it would be more similar to this. So they're not repackages, in my opinion. But yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, it does smell like a jam donut though. It's just sort of light on cold, so we'll have to see how it burns. But excited to burn that, and that's what that looks like right there. So Wildberry Jam Donut, and super excited for pink lilac and vanilla, and then we'll see what pineapple pancakes smell like. The next one we have, there's really not much information floating around this collection, and that's the coconut cream pie right here, and it has like a silver lid like that, and it is a full wraparound. If you recall on my Instagram at @TNTDelicious, I made some like mock-up candles of what I thought the Bake Shop collection would look like. Kind of similar, but mine was not a wraparound. I didn't mock up a wraparound because it's just more of a pain in the ass to do in like Photoshop and Illustrator and everything. So I was just like, I'm just gonna do just a single label rather than a wraparound, but I was like, they're probably gonna do a wraparound on it. And if you looked at the hand soaps, it had like this like medallion little, you know, circular thing right here, a seal, and then I opted to do a like more vertical thing going up and down, but I was like, I wonder if it's going to be the seal that they have here that matches the hand soap, because the hand soap already has that design on it, and it was. So I was like, it's either going to be what mine looks like, or it's going to be a wraparound with the medallion. That's totally what it was. But I mocked up like key lime pie, pink petal tea cake, lavender marshmallow, and peach meringue as just ones that I wanted to see. But the design wasn't too far off. But of course, there's coconut cream pie, which I believe is also coming out in body care. And this reads toasted coconut flakes, caramel custard, and golden pie crust. I believe this came out in that online exclusive Hot Minute collection earlier this year with chocolate rose macaron and all that kind of stuff. And I bought that one, and that was one of the very few that I got from that order. And that one, I don't remember it being that great on cold, but when I burned it, it was excellent. It was really awesome, and I really enjoyed it. It was so much more warm and cozy and delicious than one of the better coconut fragrances they've done before. And I finished that one in a flash, and I really enjoyed that. So I was like, I wouldn't mind getting that one again. So it seems like this could potentially be it. So that was coconut cream pie. I think it's the same fragrance. I just remember being kind of underwhelmed by it on cold last time around, and I'm also kind of underwhelmed on it right now, so maybe it will change. But very similar to other coconut fragrances, except for there's a creamy component to it. But I remember there being that graham cracker crust being quite prominent in the candle once I burned it, but not so much on cold, which is the same thing I'm getting here. But it's just your run-of-the-mill coconut dessert fragrance, at least on cold. So I'm excited to see whether or not this will warm up in the same way that the other one did, where I really enjoyed that when it was burning, but I didn't really care for it on cold. But right now, uses that creamy whipped cream type of coconut fragrance with the coconut, but you don't get much crust. So I don't know, I'm assuming this is the same fragrance, but I'm gonna have to burn it and see if it warms up in the same way that the other one did. So that was coconut cream pie right there. Kind of similar to the coconut macaroon, which I really enjoyed as well, but they were not the same fragrance, although very similar. This was toasted coconut fresh baked cookie, vanilla bean, and touch of spice. This has a so much heavier, like almost like a ginger spice note, I remember saying on it. There's like a heavy ginger fragrance to it. It's a little bit more toasty than the coconut cream pie is. This one has a slightly more creamy whipped cream feel to it than the toasted or the coconut macaroon does, which has a more toasted feel to it. So we'll see how that pans out. Once again, we do not know what else is in that collection. There is a Kate Southern Escape collection, I believe. Where there is a blueberry lavender spritzer, but on the box that it comes in shipment, it does say blueberry lavender lemonade on it, which was part of that like lavender test collection that showed up online over the spring or summertime. I didn't get any of those, but that was online with that lemon lavender shortbread and the lavender and honey and all that. So yeah, the blueberry lavender spritzer It says blueberry lavender lemonade on the box. It actually says blueberry lavender lemon, so I would assume it's the same thing. But that's the Kate Southern Escape collection. At my store, they didn't have the blueberry lavender spritzer, but they did have a peach Bellini in the same packaging as well. I'll try to insert a shot here in editing. And those have like galvanized lids on it. So that's all that we've seen from that collection. There's no signs of pink petal tea cake or lavender marshmallow yet, but of course there's still probably a whole crap load coming in this collection as well as the Kate Southern Escape one. So it's still too early to see what everything is in there. So fingers crossed, the pink petal tea cake shows up somewhere in there. Or if not, at least rosewater meringue. But at least we're getting pink, lilac, and vanilla, so I'm not too upset about it. There's another collection that we have that I think there's only has been spotted so far was the pink watermelon, and oh god, what was the other one? There's a garden apple and sage in this collection as well, which is golden apples, fresh garden sage, crisp pear blossoms, and then there's a mango mai tai. I did pick up the pink watermelon right here. It is another wraparound label with the color there and then the black lid right there. This is juicy pink watermelon, sugared strawberry blossoms, and lime zest. Kind of smells like mind you, I have my mask on in the store all the time, so I can't really like dissect these a whole lot, but I sort of just grab and go and then deal with it later. It just smells like a candied Jolly Rancher watermelon, similar to the similar to the watermelon that you get in like watermelon lemonade, kind of similar to the watermelon, what was it? The coastal watermelon fragrance, but I think that one was a little bit more salty than this one was. This one's a little bit more candied, a sour watermelon Jolly Ranchers type of fragrance. It's really candied, sour, and tart, and sweet all at the same time. Kind of very artificial, actually. Yeah, I guess you could get the strawberry in there, in the sense there's a cheap berry artificial element to it. Yeah, it just smells like watermelon candy. I'm not super in love with it. I think I actually really enjoyed coastal watermelon once I was burning it because there was a more realistic feel to it. I don't think it's watermelon ice though, which smelled like friggin' nasty, like peanut butter. That one was so gross on cold. Actually, when it was burning too, I just hated watermelon ice. But there was coastal watermelon, kind of similar to that, but I think this one's more candied, artificial, and sweet. So if you want a candied watermelon fragrance, then this exists. There's also a pink watermelon that shows up in body care that came out with raspberry tangerine, I think, and somewhat citrus. There was pink watermelon in body care actually at my store the same day that I got this, but it was through a mask and I couldn't really smell it, and I didn't ever use pink watermelon or buy it, so I can't really speak to the comparisons there, but this just smells like a candied watermelon, so that was that right there. And then the other stuff that I saw at my store was fresh orange and pineapple mango, which has already surfaced on the internet as well. What else was there? There was an aloha passion fruit, which is, wait, no, it's kiwi passion fruit. They lopped off aloha, but I think it's the same thing. And there was also the Be Mine Candy Hearts one that's already surfaced on social media as well. That still smell like Pink Fairy gumdrops to me. I had the Be Mine Candy Hearts one from last year. I think it was in cuter packaging too. So I don't need it in this year's packaging, which looks just like this and has the same lid as that. So I was like, I don't need that one. So that one was also available. Smelled it, but smelled the same as last year's, and I didn't really care for that last year either. And I believe that was it for all the newness that I saw in stores and online floating around. And then let's get into this juicy package right here. So I think he was saying that on Instagram or on one of their social media platforms, they were talking about like using the BBW bags and using them as wrapping paper, and he did that, and I was like, oh my god, it's so freaking juicy, I love it. Mixed with like the ribbon and the tag on it, oh my god, thank you so much, like so sweet and thoughtful, especially because I'm like a hardcore BBW fanatic. So we will see what is in here. Okay, so we opened it up and they were beautifully packaged and safely in there, and finally I was able to get a Frosted Moscow Mule. Thank you so much for gifting that to me. So that was that right here. If it would focus, these actually have like a felt feel to it, which is really cool, and it has the black lid on it. This is sweet lime, lemon zest, and sugarcane with essential oils. And this actually smells much better than I thought it would. Yeah, it's quite fruity. It's kind of similar to Island Margarita, but it has a more of a zesty feel to it. But there's also a sweet fruity component to it as well. There's a slight effervescence to it as well. Yeah, it's like a sweet, juicy lime with some other fruit note. What does it say? Lemon in there? Possibly. But there's almost like a melon type feel to it. I don't know. It's like a nice fruitiness to it that I really enjoy. Yeah, I feel like this would be more of a spring summer fragrance, but I'm excited to burn it. It's actually a little bit more pleasant and different than I would have imagined. So that was the Frosted Moscow Mule right there. We also have this one, which I knew he was holding this for me, and that's vanilla and peach tea, which I already bought one of, but I actually really enjoyed it, so I do not mind getting another one. And that's peach tea, sweet vanilla creme, and fresh oat milk right here, and that's what that is. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I was saying how this one has like a sweet candied peach in there, but not as grody as the like Market Peach Georgia Peach. It's a little bit sweeter, and you get a nice, juicy, smooth vanilla fragrance in there, and a slight tea note that comes off a little floral, and it's very pretty and elegant, and so I really enjoy that. So I'm excited to dig into a second one of this. So it's a vanilla and peach tea right here, and that was that. I think the first one was lighter than I had hoped for, but I still enjoyed the fragrance, so that was that. And this, oh my god, I was not expecting to see this, but I was saying how I really wanted to try this one for a while, and I think my mom got it, and I tried it once, and I was saying it was alright, but excited to actually have my own. And there's 1,000 Christmas Wishes right here, and that's what that looks like right here. And this was a celebratory blend of pomegranate, prosecco, sweet elderberry, star jasmine, and sugared woods. Limited edition fragrance that celebrates all the joyous moments of 1,000 Christmas Wishes. This one I believe smells like Mary Cherry Cheer. Yeah, mixed with a little bit of that champagne rose and the rosé champagne, which are two different fragrances but share a similar effervescent bubbly champagne fragrance to it that gives it a, like, you know, bubbly prosecco feel to it. And then you get a little bit of a floral dry down. So I'm actually kind of jazzed to have a new shower gel to use because I don't really buy shower gels that much anymore. So thank you so much for that. So it was 1,000 Christmas Wishes right there. And I believe that is the haul. Thank you so much for gifting those to me. Super excited. I usually buy all the BBW stuff myself, so I rarely ever get BBW stuff for me, like from someone else to me. So super jazzed about that, and I didn't have Frosted Moscow Mule yet either, so excited to burn that one. So thank you so much. And I believe that is it. I'm supposed to have a Winter White Woods and online exclusives package. It was supposed to come today, but for some reason, BBW screwed up my address, and for some reason in the apartment, like, you know where you can put apartment or suite number? In that line, they put it in my city-state zip code. So it like duplicated my city-state zip code. So when the UPS driver scans it, it reads as an incorrect address because it duplicates my city and state and zip code. And so it says undeliverable or whatever. So then it asked me to change my address again. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I did correct it and it actually gets delivered either tomorrow or the next day. I was like, what the hell? So that got delayed. So hopefully that'll come eventually sometime. So I really just want my hands on Winter White Woods and see whether or not it smells the same. So that got delayed. So hopefully tomorrow or the next day, the address gets corrected and it can come to my place. So that is pretty much it. Yeah, a lot of spring stuff. Super excited to smell the, the blueberry lavender spritzer, and hoping pink petal tea cake and all that stuff comes out down the line. And it's also excited to see pink lilac and vanilla and pineapple pancakes. You know, as soon as any of my stores get them, I'm hitting them up and getting them. So yeah, spring is like my favorite season. So expect haulage or reviews to some capacity still through the spring. So yeah, we're nearing Christmas time, so happy holidays. Hope you have a safe and fun holiday season, and let's usher in a great 2021. So happy New Year's for that as well. So thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.